xAI is being sued by teenagers. U.S. senators told ByteDance to shut down Seedance 2.0 immediately. And a judge ruled that Krafton must rehire its fired Subnautica director. It's Tuesday, March 17th, and here's a quick look at tech news this morning from Engadget. xAI, which is already facing multiple investigations around the world over widespread reports that Grok repeatedly created sexualized images of children, is now facing a class action lawsuit. 3 teenagers who allege that photos of them were used by Grok to generate child exploitation material have filed a class action lawsuit against xAI in California. According to the lawsuit, one of the teens was alerted last December that someone was sharing AI-generated images and videos of her and other minors in settings with which she was familiar but morphed into sexually explicit poses. The images and videos were allegedly shared on Discord, Telegram, and other platforms and used as a bartering tool for other CSAM imagery. Law enforcement officials who investigated the images told the girls' parents they were created with xAI's Grok. In the legal complaint provided to Engadget by the teens' lawyers, the 3 young women, all of whom live in Tennessee and are identified as Jane Doe 1, Jane Doe 2, and Jane Doe 3, have suffered severe emotional distress. The filing went on to say that their lives have been shattered by the devastating loss of privacy, dignity, and personal safety that the production and dissemination of this CSAM have caused. xAI's financial gain through the increased use of its image and video-making product came at their expense, the filing continues. The plaintiffs will have to spend the rest of their lives knowing that their CSAM images and videos may continue to be trafficked and traded online by child sex predators. Though the lawsuit currently names 3 individuals, the complaint says that it could cover at least thousands of minors who have also had their photos manipulated by Grok into sexualized images. The lawsuit claims xAI has violated multiple laws, including laws barring the production and distribution of child abuse material. The company is also facing multiple investigations in the U.S. and Europe over Grok's alleged generation of non-consensual nudity. Researchers at the Center for Countering Digital Hate estimated in January that Grok had produced millions of sexualized images, including 23,000 that appeared to show children. xAI CEO Elon Musk, who previously promoted Grok's spicy abilities, has claimed that he was not aware of any naked underage images generated by Grok. xAI announced in January it would stop allowing people to use Grok to edit images of real people into bikinis and limit Grok's image generation feature to paid subscribers. After ByteDance suspended the global rollout of its new Seedance 2.0 AI video generator over the weekend, U.S. senators have now told the company to immediately shut down the app. Senators Marsha, Blackburn, and Peter Welch wrote in a letter to the company that Seedance 2.0 poses a direct threat to the American intellectual property system and, more broadly, to the constitutional rights and economic livelihoods of our creative community. The letter reflects an increasing worry in the government about AI companies training their apps on copyrighted materials from artists, actors, and filmmakers without permission. The senators continued, responsible global companies follow the law and respect core economic rights, including intellectual property and personal likeness protections. They cited Seedance AI examples, including an AI-generated Thanos and Superman battle, a rewritten Stranger Things ending, and, of course, that famous fake Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt battle. After pulling Seedance 2.0, ByteDance said over the weekend that it respects intellectual property rights and that it is taking steps to strengthen current safeguards as the company works to prevent the unauthorized use of intellectual property and likeness by users. But Blackburn and Welch called that pledge a delay tactic to continue to abuse the innovators and profit from their success. adding that its regard for American intellectual property is part of a larger trend of artificial intelligence companies stealing protected work at the expense of the creative community. Filmmakers have also taken action against Seedance 2.0, including the Motion Picture Association, which currently sent a cease and desist letter to ByteDance. Yesterday, senators including Blackburn and Welch unveiled a partisan bill to help artists protect their intellectual property by allowing them to access training records used for AI models, among other measures. A judge has ruled that publisher Krafton must reinstate Ted Gill as CEO of Unknown Worlds Entertainment. That's according to a report by Bloomberg. The company fired Gill and two other co-founders last year as part of a shakeup involving the long-anticipated sequel Subnautica 2. The Delaware judge said Krafton had violated the terms of its contract with Unknown Worlds when it fired the executives. A Krafton spokesperson said in a statement that we respectfully disagree with the ruling and that we are evaluating our options as we determine our path forward. Further litigation over potential damages is still pending. Now, this legal battle has been brewing for a while. Krafton brought Unknown Worlds back in 2021, and the contract stipulated that executives and staff would get to share in a $250 million bonus if they hit certain revenue targets by 2025. Well, those targets were not reached and could not be reached because Krafton delayed Subnautica 2. According to the pre-trial brief, Krafton CEO Changum Kim allegedly nixed the payout because it would be a professional embarrassment and make him look like a pushover. He reportedly consulted ChatGPT to ask about ways to avoid paying the bonus and, oddly, seemed to consider a hostile takeover by a newly formed entity. The judge in the case dinged the CEO on both counts, saying that Kim regretted committing to the payout and consulted an artificial intelligence chatbot to contrive a corporate takeover strategy. Engadget reached out to Krafton, and the company re-emphasized it was displeased with the ruling but said it does not resolve the ongoing litigation. Now, as for the game, Krafton says Subnautica 2 is coming sooner rather than later. Of course, we've all heard that one before. Thanks for listening. There's more tech news at Engadget.com. This episode featured journalism from Carissa Bell, Steve Dent, and Lawrence Bonk. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow morning with more tech news from Engadget.